Hey guys, Phoenix here, and happy Valentine's Day, if people even celebrate that anymore. I honestly don't know if it's even that popular. I suppose just if like adults like want to give chocolates or flowers to their partner for some reason. I don't really know, but I'm spending my Valentine's Day reviewing this guy. This is the Black Heart Bonnie plush from Funko. He just came out pretty recently, and I kind of want to get back into the swing of reviewing things. So this guy came out literally, like I just said, I'm pretty sure it was a few weeks ago. Here in the UK, I think they're actually they're here like before the US for some reason, which is a surprise because this never used to happen. But recently, we're getting a lot of the FNaF merch before other countries, which I mean I ain't complaining. But yeah, so I'll just talk about this guy in terms of like accuracy to start off with. So straight away he's like I'll just talk about the material actually. So he's like the Phantom Foxy material, as all the plush tubers tend to call it that. A lot of the FNaF AR characters, especially like the Arcade Mayhem, you can see like here it's that kind of material. It's not really like the normal Bonnie or the normal plush material. And then all across his body he's got like these embroidered cracks all over him, on his arm, on his leg, and on his face here you can see like he's got a big one here, and then like rings around his eyes. He doesn't have anything on the back of him, but I'm not sure if he actually does in game. I'm pretty sure it'd probably just be more cracks, but Funko never really tend to do anything on the backs of them anyway. And they've actually moved where the tags go. This is the tag, by the way. It's got loads of Valentines stuff. Like you can see, special edition, it's like loves and love hearts, because obviously Heartsick Baby and Black Heart Bonnie. It's got that like Matrix glitch effect in the background, which you see for like the Arcade Mayhem one, so I'm surprised they used it here, but I guess it still fits because it's like FNaF AR and stuff, and with all the glitches. But yeah, so with Black Heart Bonnie, in terms of accuracy, he's actually pretty good. In game he's got more like this glass texture, which is why he's obviously got all these cracks around him. In fact, one thing I didn't point out is this crack here as well. I think this is probably one of the best parts about him. I think these can tend to look a little bit like off. They're not really that, I don't know, they just look a little bit out of place, whereas this I think it's actually blended quite well. He's got a big crack in his side here in the model, as you'll see. I'll pull it up, and I think they did quite a good job at replicating that. Obviously you've got the actual heart here, which is really cool. I think it's all printed on, but I think they actually did quite a good job at this, because in game he does actually have this like big red beating heart. It's all glitching like in game and stuff, which is really cool. So yeah, I think they did a good job on that. And one thing I like is like overall he's got like this really deep purple color going around, but here it's actually printed in a way that when it gets closer to the heart it's kind of lighter. So it's like it's emitting like a glow. Maybe if this glow was a bit more red, it'd look a bit better, more than like a lighter purple or like a white. It's kind of hard to tell because it kind of looks like just normal lighting like here, but there is a difference in the shading there, but I think it's quite good. His bow tie is like, again, they keep doing different bow ties. At least it's not like Glamrock Freddy's where it's like printed on. They never did that again after that, because I think they realised that was a big mistake. It'd be nice if it had like a little bit of shading of the red on here to show that like it's actually glowing. That'd be really cool, like a detail, to show that it's reflecting off of the bow. But yeah, they keep doing different bows for the plushies. I'm not really sure why. Because they're mostly just the same. Then if we talk more about his face, one thing I really like is his eyes, because on the model he does have these massive like open sockets here with the black, and then these really nice red eyes here which are embroidered, and they stand out like a lot, because I'll show you, like look at his face here. He's got like these big red eyes that are just staring into his soul, and that's one thing that I think they did quite well. One thing that in the game I don't think he does have is these little like white shines. I think it'd look creepy if he didn't have those, but obviously because it's a plush they tend to do that to make them look more like plushies and like a cuter aesthetic and stuff. But yeah, we've also got the ears, which again I really don't like. This is one of the flaws about this guy. I can't really show the ears in full, so I'll just do this. With a lot of the plushies recently, especially the FNaF AR ones, they've been doing these like a lot more flimsy and smaller. They are definitely smaller ears. I'm not really sure why. I mean, there's a nice like print in here, like it's not just normal, it's actually cracked, because he does have a massive crack here in the ear, so I'm glad they did that, and up here as well. They've not got any stuffing in them, and I know the old plushies never used to, but if I get Bonnie, like his ears in comparison are a lot better. Like look at the size difference here, like side to side. Like these are really small and pitiful. Like the thing is, they're the same size. Like the plushies themselves are the same size, Yet the ears are just completely different, and these are obviously a much different like material. Like these don't have any stuffing inside as well, which is fair enough, but they have like this, like I'm not sure what it is, it's like a stick inside to make it like stand up. These don't, so they kind of just tend to flop more, which I'll be honest, I don't actually hate, because you can do it like that, and I think that looks quite cool, to be honest. Yeah, actually I do quite like that, because it's a new unique look. You can't really do that with these, because you go like that, they just go straight back up. So I'm not sure whether I like the fact that they've removed the stick. I actually kind of do. For him, it makes him look cooler. It gives him a different like look. So yeah, maybe that's a good thing. I'm not sure. I guess it's subjective. But yeah, definitely overall the ears are worse. Like they're a weird, like I keep knocking over Bonnie, but they're a weird like shape. Like I know they're like there's two segments. They kind of go in here and up there, but they don't pull it off that well. They should just be bigger, because you can't really. They did this with Sister Maritoy Bonnie as well, and I don't really like what they're doing with that. But overall, the fact that they've removed that stick in the middle is something that it kind of makes up for. I was originally going to criticise it, as you know, but now that I'm looking at it, I do quite like that. So yeah, I guess that's just subjective, but overall I do much prefer the old ears, just because of how much bigger they were, and they look more like plushies. Like I guess these ears are accurate in terms of the size of the head, but on the plushies a lot of things are exaggerated. Like Freddy's top hat is a lot bigger, and again Bonnie's ears are a lot bigger, because they're much bigger than his head here. So I don't know, it's just a bit weird that they decided to change that. Overall, I honestly do like him. I think he pulls off the look quite well. I'll just do another side by side here of his full like model. If there's one small inaccuracy, I think it's the colour of like his muzzle or his snout, whatever you want to call it. It's a lot like of a paler, like a white than it should be. It should be more of like a pink, like a desaturated pinky purple kind of look. But I mean, that's a very small thing. If I could add anything else, I think it would just be more of these cracks like scattered around, because although I'm not a big fan of these two in particular, if they did it a bit more like this, where there's more detail and not just like, you know, these, I feel like they could have pulled it off a lot more like better. Because if they would have done just little ones here and there, because overall, like I said, he is made out of like this glass material in game, but yeah, it's good. Overall, like I am happy that they used this like shiny material for him rather than this, because he looks more like, obviously for Bonnie, he looks more like a FNaF 1, like this like furry fuzzy material. But for like a glass texture, yeah, this does work quite well, if you can see all like just the reflection there. So yeah, honestly, like for some of them this material doesn't work that well, but I think for Blackheart Bonnie it does. Now all they need to do is work on Heartsick Baby, because I mean they're a duo, and he's, well, quite heartsick without Heartsick Baby, I guess, because they come as a two, and they did in game, obviously with the poster. So yeah, I think they should do that. I don't think they've ever made, they've never made a skin for Baby, whereas they've got loads of Bonnies now. So yeah, I think it would be about time to do that. But anyway, that pretty much wraps this up. Yeah, Blackheart Bonnie, pretty good overall. I know that they are like really scarce in other countries at the minute. For some reason in the UK they've got loads. I posted some pictures on Instagram. I went FNaF merch hunting the other day with my sister, and we was looking, and there was just loads of Blackheart Bonnies in Smith's Toy Superstores. Like I said, the pictures will show you, there was just loads. So I decided today that I'd pick it up. I wasn't going to get him originally, but I thought, you know what, since it's Valentine's Day I could do a review and stuff. But yeah, overall pretty good. And I've not really got much else to say. Did I mention this? I can't really remember if I mentioned this, but I'll just shove it in here if I didn't. They've moved the tag. Like, it used to be obviously from their arms so you could see it, but now it's actually on their tags at the back. I'm not sure how long they've been doing that for. This could be the first one they've done it for, or it could be they've been doing it for like a while with the Arcade Mayhem ones, I'm not sure. But yeah, I kind of like that, because now you can actually cut it off without leaving like a very small hole. Like I'll show you actually with Bonnie. You can see where the tag used to be, and there's not really anything you can do, because they used to pull it in there, and now he's basically permanently got that hole, which is fine, because I mean you could barely see that. Whereas now with this, you can just cut that without damaging the tag. I think that just works better. But anyway, but yeah, for a FNaF AR skin, which I'll be honest, I hope they don't do much more of, because obviously we've got so many characters that they need to do. But for a FNaF AR skin, I think he's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with him. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Happy Valentine's Day. and I'll see you in the next video.